Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making the paper hollyhock. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. First, you'll need to print and cut this template. All the materials and the template will be linked below the video. This could be printed and hand cut for those that don't have a cutting machine, or print then have it cut with your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. You just need to print on one side, and you could do this on cream or blush color cardstock paper. You could also get creative with this color and do darker colors and just use the pattern without the printout. We need about 6 of these flowers cut, and I cut 2 per page. You could do this in a variety of sizes, and you could add more or less on each stem. When you are shaping these flowers, I fold the petal in half and start making creases going towards the center on each petal. I fold them in half and then in half of that. You should see multiple lines going towards the middle of the petal. Do as much as you can and do this to all the petals. Then poke a hole in the center of the flower and have your center pattern cut on yellow paper and add glue on the edge and add this to a floral wire. You want to go in an angle so it slightly goes down the stem. I like to glue halfway and then glue again the second half. You also want to make sure you are using these floral wire that has cloth or paper on the stem so the glue could actually stick onto them. Then poke this through the flower and about 1/2 inch or so below the yellow center. Add glue on the floral wire and on the yellow center. Then go petal at a time and gather it up towards the yellow center. You need to make sure the print pattern is facing towards the yellow center. It's hard to see where all the petals are going, but try your best to gather all of them on the bottom, and you could fix the petals on the top to spread out nicely. I also like to make sure the petals are all going clockwise, so reposition the petals to overlap clockwise. Then go back with white glue and glue in the middle of the petal on the left side and overlap the petal on the left on top. This will help all the petals stay put and evenly spread out. You want to make sure they are trying to meet up on the top, and it naturally forms a circle but slightly curved up. Then cut the bottom leaves, and these come in one bigger size and one smaller size. Poke a hole in the center of both and start with the bigger size and add this to the bottom of the flower. I glue these leaves just like I did with the flower petals. I try to bunch them up towards the bottom and let the leaves go up towards the flower. Do the same thing with the smaller size and add that right below and bunch up. Try to crisscross from the bigger size leaves. Some of my floral wire have different colors, so I'll be floral taping all of them a couple inches below the flower. You don't have to floral tape all the way down. Next will be the leaves. I made about 6 of these also. Fold it down the middle and add some crinkles in between and fold down the middle of the side leaves and add crinkles again. This is kind of like a fan fold going towards you and backwards. If you see the hollyhock leaves in person, they have a lot of texture and crinkles, so that is what I'm trying to mimic here, and just adding as much texture as possible. Then open it back up. For these, you'll need a thin floral wire, and there's a thin leaf shape that comes with this shape. Add white glue and sandwich the thin floral wire on the back, and add this thin leaf to cover the wire. Hold onto it for a few seconds for the glue to dry. Then floral tape a couple inches below like we did with our flower and make a few more of these as well. Next will be the bud that will be on the top of the stem. I use green tissue paper and ball it up a little bigger than the size of my thumb. Then add floral wire with glue. I'm using the same floral wire as the flower one. Then have the same pair of bottom leaves, one bigger size, poke holes to both. Then shape them together and curl up the leaves. Then start with the bigger one and glue just the bottom first. And I use white glue for the leaves and glue onto the tissue paper. If you use hot glue, they might look a little messy if the glue comes out on the sides, so make sure to try to glue as neat as possible. Then glue the smaller size below and crisscross the layer and glue that with white glue also on the first layer. The hollyhocks had these buds where you see these leaves layering, and that is what I'm trying to mimic. You also need to floral tape this and make a few more buds as well. Next will be just another version of the flower that isn't bloom. Gather all the petals and make the crinkles. This one can be all together and you don't have to do it one petal at a time like the first flower. Then open it back up and poke a hole in the center. Then add a floral wire, and I use 2 of the petals to sandwich the wire. Then I glue the rest of the petals and gather on the bottom. These will be kept closed on the top. Then add just the bigger size bottom leaves and bunch up and glue. Then add floral tape just a couple inches below the flower. Depending on how tall you want your hollyhock or how full you want this, you may want to add more or less of the buds, flowers, and leaves. I start with an extra long stem bud and floral tape a second bud. I think I added a total of 6 buds altogether. Floral tape down the stem and add the buds about an inch or so apart. Then add your flower that wasn't bloomed first, then add your flowers. I think I did one that was a little smaller, so I tried to add the smaller ones on top, then bigger ones going down. You could also make the sizes more obvious and make ones smaller than what I suggested. I think these will be perfect for backdrops, so you could make these flowers much bigger also, and it could be a giant flower. I'm thinking one flower could even go as wide as 8 inches if you want to try that for a backdrop. Somewhere in between, I also added a stronger, thicker wire to help hold up the branch, and continue to add flowers going down every inch or so. Then I made 5 leaves and added those on the bottom. Then bring down the leaves and make the flowers face the right direction that you like and add them to a vase or a pot. I made another stem that had less flowers and that was shorter that I paired with. They are now sitting in my living room as a statement piece and love how it brightens up the room. Try making them yourself. Please like this video below and subscribe. Thank you for watching.